Whether indoors or outdoor applications, we are all needing more shelves for more plants. And I came across this heavy-duty 3-tier bracket and shelving kit, which is just phenomenal. The work that we have to do is really very, very minute in comparison to the work that's been done. And it is incredibly sturdy, enough to take the heaviest of pot plants. When ordering your kit, you can either choose to have it with the shelving or without. Of course, we chose with the shelving. All I've got to do now is spruce these up, dicky them up, and get them to be just the finish I'm wanting, to go with this lovely antique gold. So, first off, let's go through what we're going to need. The goodies you're going to need to complete your shelving are as follows. Your choice of sealer, and I've chosen an interior polyurethane sealer. We're going to need a paintbrush, of course, a dry cloth, a bit of steel wool, mouse sander, screwdriver, paddle, and some mineral turpentine. Right, first off is we are going to start with our planks. Now, you're going to be using the same application to all 3 planks. Preferably do them all at once, get all the hard work done, and the hardest part about this is just the sanding. I'm using a little mouse sander, makes the job so much easier and quicker with 120 grit sandpaper, just to smooth it off. Remember, when sanding, always go with the grain, watch the sharp edges, because that's normally where there are a couple of burrs. And this is just some cheap pine. It's pine shelving, and once we're finished with it, it's going to look super sexy. Right, once we've done the sanding, just take a cloth, get all the excess off, and then all we're going to do is wet the cloth with a bit of mineral turpentine and give this just a quick once over. What that's going to do is just remove any of the dust, the little particles that might have been left there. Nice and easy, guys. Right, once we've given it a good wipe down with the mineral turpentine, just leave it to dry, and it's going to take about 20 minutes. How will you know when it's dry? Well, it's changed color once again, back to the paler look of the wood. Right, mineral turpentine is dry, and now we get to apply our first coat. So, folks, what I want you to do is we're going to open up our tin of paint, and the polyurethane sealer that we're using here is incredibly resistant to human intervention. So what does that mean? Well, first of all, we're going to give it a stir, and whilst I'm doing that, this polyurethane sealer, once you have applied 3 coats, is water resistant, heat resistant, scratch resistant, and it's especially good for wooden surfaces that are going to be used a lot, like dining room tables and any countertops. So it really provides you with a very, very good, no-nonsense, tough as nails finish, which for a shelf, which I'm going to be putting pot plants on, and they might very, very easily scratch on the surface. Well, I know that that's not going to happen. After I've given it a good stir, then it's simply applying our first coat. Remember, folks, when applying it, not too much. Don't dip the brush all the way in, and nice even strokes from front to back, going with the grain of the wood. Once your first coat is on, allow it to dry, and remember, you're going to do this to all 3 shelves. Follow the same process, get it on nice and smoothly, and we'll get to the next step in a second. So first coat is dry. Now what we've got to do is, and you can still feel that it could be smoother. It really could be. And so what we're going to do now is take a bit of our fine steel wool, following the grain of the wood, and just give it a good rub. And you'll see, as I'm doing this, as you're doing this, you can actually see the change in the texture from all these little fine bits of the steel wool. We'll brush those off just now. So once we've done this to all 3 shelves, we're then going to take a bit of mineral turpentine with a cloth and wipe it off again. We do this process for the first 2 coats, exactly the same as last year, Lofty, exactly the same. Right, now that it's on, nice and clean, next step, allow it to dry a bit, and then your second coat goes on, and you repeat exactly the same process. Three coats of sealer, and this looks spectacular. You can actually see that it's going to be tough and durable. No scratching, heat resistant. This is going to do the job. Here we've got our shelves. Next up is that I've got to find a spot to put this. And with these beautiful brackets, and you can already see, look how lovely the colour is going to work together. And of course, the most exciting part is getting the plants to put on them. So let me get off to finding that spot. All right, folks, both brackets are up and it was pretty easy. Remember, measure twice, drill once. So all that we did was pop them up here, used our spirit level, got the right distance between them, drilled the holes with the masonry drill bit, and then we used some nail and anchors to get them in nice and strong. So now it's time to put up the shelves and then get our beautiful plants on them. Now that looks superb. And the lightness, because we used just the ordinary clear gloss, it just works beautifully. It really makes the plant stand proud. And we've got a lovely selection of beautiful plants on this patio, which are going to enjoy the morning light and not direct light. And that's important for all of these plants. Generally, the plants that you would find in the indoor section of your local garden centre, they don't require direct sun. They want filtered light, and even like we're having here, just a beautiful light coming through. So what have we got? What have we got? We've got one of the best plants that have made a comeback in recent years, and it's called the mother-in-law's tongue. Ach, shame. Yeah. Mother-in-law's tongue is tough as nails. These are one of the hybrids, and they really are incredible. They can grow in deep shade. They can grow almost in full sun, and really tough as nails. I love that guy. Up here we've got a Scindapsus. This one has got the lovely gold in the leaves, and you get many different varieties. Trailing in habit. Don't overwater it. Treat it quite tough. Because then it lasts longer. And this little guy here, a firm favorite, a little peperomia, tough as nails. You'll only kill it if you overwater it. I love the darkness, the texture, and these little red stems that stand so proud. So in terms of watering, as a general rule with all of these and with any indoor plants, it's once every 7 to 10 days and no more. Okay, and then here, this is a beautiful Senecio, and they've got different names. Some call them their string of dolphins, their string of hearts, their string of pearls. You name it, there's a string of something, or even a banana. The bottom line is they don't like too much water. They can grow in this filtered light or even in full sun. And it's quite amazing. They get these little puffs. This is the seeds that are here. But very beautiful, minimal care, and so hot on the list of indoor plants to have in your home. And then a gorgeous little Haworthia. Guys, these are going to be incredibly happy here. And once again, plants look amazing when you show them off in the right setting. And these guys are looking super proud.